Great kick in towards goal. Harrison gets back first, takes the mark.
Oh, no. Well, what happens there, John, is because he hasn't come in the field to play, he gets another chance, have a kick.
He'll tell him to kick it again.
Yeah, he has to kick it again because it actually hasn't come into the field to play.
That's right. Gee, I've never seen it before. And Jeff Farmer suggesting that shouldn't be the case, but unfortunately that's the way the rule reads.
Yep.
So Harrison with a second go at it, gets it past the point post to the outer side. Knights search a bit of ground, Platt gets the kick. Again, Melbourne, they just have the attack on the ball over the last metre, and then their good use of it. Here's Steins right out in the outer side.
Oh.
One of those little Gaelic chip kicks finds Woden.
How good was that? No doubt about that. It was one of those Gaelic chip kicks.
Wasn't it? Just a real control.
Looked like the round ball was being used on that occasion.
Shane Woden, what a pickup he has been in the pre-season draft last year, taken, and has not missed a game since. Game number 44. So 22 last year, 22 this year, and this has been one of his better ones, I have no doubt about it. Outside 50 to the line, Neath from behind, he claims the mark, play on. Not quick enough to get the left foot to it. Richmond through Prescott, force it through from behind.
Gee, I'd like to have a look at that one again, Terry. I wouldn't be surprised if actually it was a mark to Neath. I didn't think any other player really got any purchase on the ball except David Neath.
David Neath, that's right. Maybe the umpire was unsighted at the front of the pack, and they're certainly not encouraged to guess, as we were saying before.
Here's Nick Daffy. Kicks towards centre wing. Bullis. He's got Bowden running past, and he's got opposition coming up from all over the place. Michael Gale to centre half forward. Ball hits the turf. Be a lot of Richmond players who will wonder about their contribution in this game today. Broderick, perhaps one of them. James McDonald, good hand pass out. Stephen Phoebe, centre of the ground. Anthony McDonald got caught underneath the ball. White, just a little touch. Across to Collins, but they've lost it. Harrison to Michael Gale. To the 50. Knights. Well, Melbourne fans are booing him. Centering kick by the skipper. Adam Uze again. What a game he's played. Steins. Gee, I was here the day he made his debut, Adam Uze. We were guessing how to pronounce his name. YZE. We thought, what is that? We know it pretty well now. Robertson on the run. Great goal!
Well, Tingles just went down my spine, Terry. That is just a sensational goal. Like the poise and just the presence. Adds an extra dimension to the Melbourne forward line. He's a marking player. Smaller of inches compared to Neath and Swartz and Lyon, but he works extremely hard across half forward. He's a hard runner. He's a real competitor, but he has terrific balance. He assesses his options, has a little bit of control, but that's a terrific finish from that pocket. There's no reason why he shouldn't be happy. Well done, Robbo.
Russell Robertson, just 18 years of age, the youngest man on the ground, and has got a goal in front of 76,000 people at the MCG, and he's playing in a side that is going to take a great degree of form into the final series. Gasper on the outer side for the Tigers. Kicks a short one. Richardson couldn't take it. Turned back again by the Demons. Collins.
Firm contact from the front, so free kick will be paid.
Matthew Collins, he's one of the persistent stories in footy at Adelaide. Broken leg, thigh, groin injuries held him up, and even a broken arm earlier this year. He's coming to the side at the right time. And here's the Wizard. And Jeff Farmer, for me, has maintained more concentration on the game today. Great degree of maturity in what he's gone about today.
About the kick by White. Just a big fella, just an absolute pinpoint.
He's gone for the top too.
There it is. Watch this go if he gets onto it. There she goes, and it's wavered off to the left-hand side.
It's great to see players with confidence.
I've got him down for 5 goals. 5. So what could have been? What could have been for Jeff Farmer? Campbell, the short kick in. Harrison gives it back to Campbell on the outer side.
Close to the boundary line. Uze working hard to spoil right to the end. Melbourne's last loss was to North Melbourne in round 17. At that stage, they were 9th on the ladder. And with 5 wins in a row, they've worked their way from 9th to 4th. And won't the members in the smokers stand be singing the song at the end of this as the Demons charge into the finals. Nick Daffy going for a run through the middle. Long to pull forward. Aaron James. Been an absolute passenger. Hardly sighted today. Ingerson just takes him out of the play. Seacamp kept the ball in. Michael Gale couldn't mark. Knights. It is a bit unkind, isn't it, to boo him? Campbell, good kick. And Bowden marks too far out to score. 2.5 minutes left for the Melbourne fans to get their voices ready to sing the song. It is a grand old flag at the MCG today.
Just on that setup there from Joel Bowden, the Melbourne defence is just so disciplined. They all got goal side of their direct opponent, so no one could really actually get into that hole and give an easy shot on goal.
Kellaway to the goal square. Richardson. I think he just got it there. Goal.
Matty Richardson's trying to work his way back into this game. He's taken 8 marks. That's his 4th goal for the game. As we see here by the replay, the contested mark, a pack of players. Richardson decided to stay down at the back of the contest. Probably the percentage thing to do. Got the just reward. Squeezed the goal through just over the goal line.
So 75 points is Melbourne's lead. Their greatest win this year was the start of this run of 5 wins against Brisbane. They won by 95. But this is against arguably a much better opposition. And they've powered through it.
Not arguably, certainly.
It makes you wonder, Drew, doesn't it? When there is something there to play for. I mean, St Kilda last night, they played for a top 4 position, couldn't deliver. Richmond playing for a place in the 8 and today haven't been able to deliver either. Whereas Melbourne have come up with the goods. Matthew Collins. Played the last 3 games, Matthew Collins. Was a Melbourne boy who was taken over to Adelaide in the draft, now returned. Very deliberate. Kick right on the 50-metre line. He's tossed it up high, and in doing so, has just wandered across, has it, for the 1 behind. So 2 behinds to Matthew Collins, but 19 goals, 19 to the Melbourne side, and that is their highest score for the season, beating 19-11 in round 2.
Demons have made the finals just once in the last 6 years, in 94. Tingay, good hand pass to Robertson, who burst the tackle. Farmer. He had a bit of a slip, but his speed gets him back to the contest. Holding the ball against Farmer.
Holding the ball there. Yeah, tough one really, because
Did he ever get the ball?
It didn't look as though Scotty Turner actually tackled him, and there must be a tackle.
Turner with a right grin goes across the ground to Platt. 133 to 57, and just 20 seconds remaining in the game. Kellaway from centre wing to half forward. Miranda, who's been easily their best forward. He's kicked 3. Richardson's now kicked 4. If Miranda had stayed fit, it could have been different. Ingerson just about BOG. James McDonald. The Demons in the finals and in 4th place.
Neil. What a sensational effort. Must be very, very proud.
Look, they were fantastic today, and you know, Monday night was a big game for us, and here, what, 70,000, and look, the players were fantastic, and it was a big game for Richmond, and look, it'll give us a lot of confidence going to the final.
It's an excellent reward, isn't it, after all the hard work over summer?
Yeah. I finished the top 4. It's just a great position to be in. Take on Adelaide here, it's a lot better than taking Adelaide over there, so no, we're real happy. Thanks.
Good on you. Thanks very much, Neil.
Well, the final margin finished up being 76 points, which was pretty appropriate because the crowd was 76,000. A fantastic day for the Demons. They've gone from 16th to 4th in one season.
I think it's terrific to see Neil Danaher, probably one of the most unluckiest players to ever play the game, had 3 major knee operations in 3 different stints at Essendon. Well, I suppose there was a lot of talking about his coaching ability. It was just a matter of when he was going to coach rather than a case of when. It's great to see him getting this Melbourne team up and going because they are a club full of tradition, full of the right cultures. Isn't it great to see a happy bunch of blokes after a game, knowing that they've worked so hard, they've achieved the top 4 spot, playing Adelaide in Melbourne next week. Whatever day it is, Adelaide know they're in for a contest.
And President Joe Goodnick was out on the ground, slapping everybody on the back. And I suppose controversially, he took over the administration, but what a job he did to gather people off-field, and then they gathered a team for on-field, and haven't they reaped the rewards?
And it's interesting, actually, Drew, I think every Richmond player is actually waiting for the Melbourne team to go off, and no doubt it might have been a message from Jeff Goosham to see what this feeling really is, because they have to go into the next 6 months of training recognising they lost a chance to participate in September, and sometimes that feeling of defeat can really spur you on to greater heights the next year.
Well, these boys certainly knew the feeling of defeat last season. They won just 4 games for the year. Today, or this year, they've won 14. So the crowd's had a chance to sing the song out on the ground, and the players will get the chance in the rooms. And the joint will be rocking here. There's David Schwartz, who was a last-minute withdrawal. Officially, he was named in the starting squad, but he didn't take his place.
And I think he said when he grabbed David Neitz, he said, back in town, the big man.
And they can find them as much as they like tonight for that indiscretion with the team sheet, I would suggest, Drew.
Won't matter. I think Joe will find the money.
I'm sure he will. And there he is. How proud can he be of his men?
Good on him.
Wonderful effort, wonderful. Alistair Clarkston there.
Will Bruce Trecowan of East Melbourne, Bruce Trecowan of East Melbourne, please come to the administration office in Bay 6, ground floor, Olympic stand. Bruce Trecowan of East Melbourne, please come to the admin office, Bay 6, ground floor, Olympic stand.
Thanks, Donny.
With Bruce Trecowan of East Melbourne, Bruce Trecowan of East Melbourne, please come to the administration office, Bay 6, ground floor, Olympic stand.
As the fans get a kick out on the middle of the MCG, they can reflect on Melbourne's 76-point win over the Tigers. 19-19-133 to Richmond 8-9-57. 5 goals each to Neitz and Farmer, and for Richmond, Richardson kicked 4 and Miranda kicked 3.
The 1998 AFL Premiership season brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. Victoria Bitter for a hard-earned thirst. Cadbury Mark of the Year, McDonald's Double Quarter Pounder with Cheese, and Mitsubishi Motors, the award-winning Magna.
Shane Woden hasn't missed a game for Melbourne in 2 years, and now he gets the chance to play finals. Here he is with Russell.
He's a very excited man, Drew. Look, Shane, congratulations. How does it feel to be playing in the finals for Melbourne?
Gee, even after last week's game was fantastic, even though we bloody well got there. And then today, only after a 5-day break too, the boys just had a dip today. And full credit to them, you know, got ourselves in, I think, 4th place now. Yep. And it gives ourselves that double chance in the finals, and just a great feeling all around.
The timing couldn't be better and the preparation couldn't be better. Like a real good win against Sydney last Monday, but a real thumping of the Tigers today.
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 or 6 weeks has been, you know, fantastic. The boys have really kicked on and played with enthusiasm, intensity, and the guys are getting up each week and playing some great footy. And to the boys' credit, we're hanging in there and we're going all the way.
Well, double congratulations. You really took Matthew Knights, the captain of Richmond, out of the game. Sure, he got touches himself, but they're very ineffective. You couldn't get away from the footy in the first quarter.
Oh, no, the ball was attracted to me in the first quarter. Unfortunately, didn't get quite enough in the second. But, you know, my biggest job was to stop, you know, Knights today, but also get the footy myself. But yeah, just a great win by the boys.
When did you find out you were playing on Knights?
Late in the week, I think the last training session. I thought I might get another role on the wing, but I got told by Neil I'll get the job on Knighted this week, and it's a great challenge for me to pick up their best player, you know, for the weeks in. So, and it's, he may have got a few touches, but you know, stop his influence, and it's just great.
Well done, and good luck against Adelaide next week.
Cheers, mate.
Good on you.
Shane Woden, he must be pinching himself to realise that he's going to be playing in the finals for the Demons. Well, there's another game in progress this afternoon over in Adelaide between Port Adelaide and Carlton. Let's take a look at some highlights of the first half.
It's up towards midfield. Well, Port have got to get a couple of goals before quarter time if they can. Can Treadway give them something? That was a beautiful hand pass to Burgoyne. All he's got to do is pick it up. 5 minutes out, and that's number 3.
Well, 2-on-1, he just did the desperate thing.
Murphy. Gee, look at that roost. He's kicked it just about to the centre circle. In fact, he has. White. No, it's not White. Now it's Bradley. Not a Diulio. Ronnie can make them pay. 45 metres out. He's got the goal. Brings it across the ground. Peter Dean was his target. Fabian Francis. Long hand pass. Now a chance for Bode. Taking the hand pass from Dickey. Dew on his left foot. Will he bend it back? Yes, he squeezed it in.
Has he?
Porter on the ground to contest with Lane. Murphy.
This man has had too much of the ball.
Has he? Well. Whitman the target. Better judgment, takes the mark, could have given to Diulio, who was running into goal, but he'll go back and have a shot for his first.
There's two big Port Adelaide players. Brett Chalmers flew at it, not convincingly. And Whitnell able to complete the goal. Great football.
Well, that's a game that doesn't have any bearing on the finals make-up. The half-time score at Football Park, Carlton 12-5, 77 to 6-5, 41. And the Blues, who were under threat of winning the wooden spoon not that long ago, have certainly finished the season off on a strong note. We'll take a short break from the MCG. More to come. Well, Mick, we expected it to be a real knock-'em-down showdown, but the Demons, just from the first minute, blitzed them.
Yeah, they were certainly outstanding today. They come here to play, there's no doubt about that, getting the first 3 goals of the game. And then all of a sudden, they just took it over from half-time onwards. Their second half was just inspirational stuff, ably led by 2 key forwards in Jeff Farmer and David Neitz. But across half-back, I thought Anthony Ingerson was sensational form today. Followed that form on for the last 6 weeks.
And fancy going into the finals on the strength of 5 wins in a row. And as a result of that, the Bombers are the lucky ones. So the Bombers sneak in, having lost yesterday, Essendon, to Geelong here at the MCG. So here is the ladder, with Port and Carlton still playing, but the top 8, North minor premiers, Bulldogs, Sydney 3rd. They'll get a home final against St Kilda next week. Melbourne and Adelaide will play, 4th against 5th. It'll be West Coast against the Bulldogs. And North and Essendon, Mick, will be an interesting game.
I'll tell you what I'll be doing, Drew. I'll be going down to any confectionery place on the weekend, buying a first block of marshmallows, pink and white, and promoting the game next week, the marshmallow game.
That will be the marshmallow game. North and Essendon 1st versus 8th. Well, the grand final countdown commences next week with the finals to be played. The announcement is to be made just in under an hour as to who is playing who where. We know who's playing who, but where and when those games will be played will be announced by the AFL shortly. But Melbourne certainly have stamped their authority on this competition this year, charging into the finals in 4th place with a 76-point win over Richmond. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye all.
This has been a 7 Sports production.